Now, this is college football game night.
Welcome into college football game night, where we get you caught up on all things Oregon, Oregon State, and Southern Oregon football. I'm Brett Taylor, and tonight we have got a lot to cover to get you up to speed. The headlines heading into Saturday's meeting between Oregon and Oklahoma State growing even larger by the comments of OSU head coach Mike Gundy that Oregon spends to win. Dan Lanning simply responding this week. How blessed are we to be in a place that invests in winning? Oregon turning those words into action in the first quarter. Noah Whittington slipping through the trenches like he's made of butter. Green grass ahead, and you know, the grass looks pretty dang green in Eugene. Touchdown Ducks, 59 yards on just the second play of scrimmage for Oregon, and on the next Ducks drive, Dante Moore in action, rolling to his left, finds a wide open Decorian Moore in stride down the sideline, and then proceeds to give the shake and the bake, 65 yards. Third play of the game. Maybe it's the Labubu magic, or maybe Oregon is just that good. It's 13-0 in the opening quarter, and the Ducks aren't done. De'Aaron Hill Jr. on the end around. Great blocking by Oregon up the field. De'Aaron untouched, and that's a duck tutty. I mean, it just looks too easy at this point. Second quarter, Moore. Plenty of time in the pocket. Fired the laser beam to Malik Benson. 6 Oregon touchdowns, 7 drives, all Ducks. Don't know if it was much like what we saw in Colorado a couple years ago. Oregon took Mike Gundy's words to heart, but either way, it was a thumping in the first half by the Ducks. 473 yards of total offense. Dante Moore showing just how special of a talent he can be with the deep ball passing and his ability to spread the rock around. Oregon averaged 13.1 yards play on average in that first half. That's just ridiculous. Do we even need to watch the second half highlights anymore? Absolutely. First Oregon drive of the second half, Moore back to work. Plenty of time. So much time you can sit back, relax, and eat some popcorn and find Gary Bryant Jr. near the corner of the end zone. This isn't a blowout anymore, folks. It's a massacre in Autzen Stadium, and it only gets better for the Ducks. Jerry Mixon, check it off your bingo card. It's a pick 6 for the Ducks, the first of the year, and a 60 burger with some extra cheese and sauce in the land of the Ducks. Oregon can sit back and coast for the rest of the game, but that wouldn't be the Duck way. Next, Oklahoma State drive. Floors, guess what? Pick! This time it's to Payne Woodyard all the way to the back of the end zone. Back-to-back interceptions or touchdowns for the Ducks, and the Cowboys are going to have a very long flight home. An impressive win by Oregon on all phases, and for head coach Dan Lanning, it was exactly what he wanted to see from his Ducks.
I've said it since the beginning that strength in numbers. We had a lot of guys play winning football. I think somebody just told me we had 28 guys make tackles in this game, which is huge. The more guys that you can play, the better you're going to be. I really challenge our guys at halftime to, set the standard as we come out. So ultimately, good execution and opportunity for us to build off of.
It may end up going down as the largest margin of victory in Oregon football history against a Power 5 school. For sure, one of the largest, 69-3, the final from Autzen Stadium as the Ducks hand the Cowboys one of their worst losses in program history and the worst in the Mike Gundy era. Olivia Cleary joins us from Autzen Stadium as the Ducks celebrate the win and the improvements from just a week ago.
After today's win over Oklahoma State, the Ducks have now outscored their first 2 opponents 128-16. But it's not just about blowouts, it's about depth. 8 different players found the end zone today, and the Ducks can go multiple ways on every drive. That kind of roster versatility makes them nearly impossible to game plan for.
It's hard to prepare for when you know that multiple guys can have success, multiple guys can score. And, I've preached to our guys all week that our team is the secret sauce, the way that we're connected. And I think that showed up in this game.
That depth and connection doesn't just show up on game day. It starts in practice where iron sharpens iron. As Payne Woodyard explains, having multiple players at every position pushes the team to get better every single day.
We got a lot of depth at every position. We got like 4 guys at least at every position. And we're just pushing each other each and every day at practice and in the games, just pushing each other to get better. And yeah, definitely the competition definitely brings the best out of us.
When teammates push each other like this, chemistry grows, and those wins mean that much more.
It's just amazing when you look to your left, you see the brother, and you look to your right, and you see your brother that, help push through the workouts with you and make sure that when it comes to game time that you guys execute. So love seeing the points on the board, but I feel like the best thing is just seeing everybody smile on the field.
Even after back-to-back dominant wins, this team isn't satisfied. They're still focused on getting better, pushing each other, and fine-tuning every part of their game.
These past 2 games has been a good game for us, but we continue to nitpick everything. Like, we can always improve, and that's something that our defense does a great job of going to the doctor and continue to work on things that we're not so good at, so we can continue to develop, continue to improve as a defense.
With that kind of depth and chemistry, the Ducks aren't just winning, they're setting the tone for a season full of possibility. Reporting from Autzen Stadium, I'm Olivia Cleary.
So Oregon football moves to 2-0 on the year as they get set now to head east to Northwestern next week. But back up by 5, Oregon State football in desperate need of a win after suffering a extremely embarrassing loss, at least according to head coach Trent Bray last weekend to California. No room for error for the Beavers in this one, as going 0-2 could put any chance of a winning season potentially in jeopardy. Texas Tech and Oregon next on the docket for the Beavs, but can Malik Murphy lead the Beavs to victory against a future Pac-12 member in Fresno State in town? Hard to do so, though, when the defense allows something like this. E.J. Warner with daylight for miles ahead of him, 30 yards all the way to the end zone, untouched. Bulldogs take the early lead in mistakes, killing the Beavers a week ago and killing them right here. OSU desperately needing to respond. Murphy on the row out finds Eddie Freeoff, the redshirt freshman from Cook County, his first collegiate touchdown. Bees pull within 1, but still down Murphy. Later on, crosses body. Malachi Durant. Oregon State takes its first lead of the year in the second quarter. All is right in the world in Corvallis until it wasn't. A muff punch by A.J. Windsor leads to 6 points by Jaden Carrillo, and that's how we would head into halftime. So mistakes cost the Beavers a halftime lead. Mistakes on the offense, mistakes on the defense, and mistakes on special teams. It has not been the start to the season head coach Trent Bray has wanted to see. We did see some sparks of life from Murphy and the talent he can bring to the field, but it's all about how you respond in the second half. Can the Beavers do just that? Late third quarter, OSU still down. Murphy to Jake Reichel from 4 yards out. Oregon State is back in the lead. The exact response the team needed heading out of halftime. After 2 quick Bulldog field goal misses, Murphy back to work, extending, dealing. David Wells Jr., crosser, he's got the space, and that is an OSU tutty. Beavers retake the lead with 1:19 left in regulation. All they need to do is have the defense hold, but when it came to stopping the legs of E.J. Warner, a near impossible task. Another Bulldogs first down leads to a critical field goal for the program. Fresno State retakes the lead with less than 30 seconds to go, and on the very next Beaver drive, Murphy picked off. Pick 6 for the Bulldogs. Oregon State football has now lost 8 out of the last 9 games dating back to last season as the mistakes continue to pile up.
Yeah, frustrating. Because outperformed them in every category except one, and when that's the only one that matters. I let my frustration at halftime, apologize for my language, but frustrated because we gave them the game. We spotted them 21 points on blunders that it's just frustrating to see.
Frustration, the key word for the last 2 weekends now. For a second straight week, mistakes cost the Beavers a dub. 10 penalties for 70 yards, multiple turnovers, miscues on special teams. The list of issues within this team is very large and very alarming, heading into potentially the toughest part of the Beavers schedule this season. Reporter Israel LaRue explains the impacts of tonight's loss and what it could mean for the Beavers over the next couple of weeks.
It's not the way Oregon State football wanted to start off its season winless in the first 2 weeks. After losing another game in which the Beavers had a strong chance of winning, and now with the program heading into their toughest part of their schedule, there was genuine concern that their losing streak can continue growing over the next several weeks. Mistakes were once again the key theme in all 3 phases during Saturday's loss to the Bulldogs. From Malik Murphy's 2 interceptions to the defense not being able to get a last-second stop at the end of the game, but most important of all was the special teams.
It's just frustrating. It's frustrating to lose in that fashion when there's really no call for it. We got to do a better job all around on special teams.
The Beavers' kicking and punting teams did not execute well all day. Whether it was fumble snaps or missed field goals, the special teams unit left points off the board and gave them up at the worst time. Despite this, Oregon State is very well aware that there are plenty of issues around that need to be fixed moving forward.
No matter what they do on special teams, it's still on us to go out and perform on offense and defense. So even if there is an error, if it's on our, in our red zone and we got to play defense, we still got to get them to a field goal or get a stop. So it doesn't matter what special team does, we still got to do our job.
Back on offense, while Murphy had the 2 crucial turnovers, the transfer QB looked more comfortable in the offense, throwing for 371 yards and 4 touchdowns, both career highs. And while both are positives, if the offense can get to where it needs to be to win games, the struggles will only continue.
We were just out there playing to our opponent's level. We were still in the game, just continuing to fight and just getting rid of all the self-inflicted wounds, like eliminate some of those.
While the hope is that Oregon State will correct these ongoing issues plaguing the program moving forward, if they don't, the Beavers could face more losses just like this over the next several weeks. Reporting inside Research Stadium, I'm Israel LaRue.